everyone, welcome back. Today I have got a fun haul slash unboxing for you. I am super excited. Can you tell? Woohoo! And I got two boxes. One is actually a little haul I did, and I've also ordered some samples of a couple products that I wanted to share with you guys. And then I was also sent a few new bottles or a few products by the Estee Lauder company. So to those of you guys who are new to my fragrance channel, you might not know that I do have another beauty channel here on YouTube called Graf. And that was really my primary focus for like the past 10 years. I've been receiving packages from PR for about 10 years. So this is not something totally new. On that channel, I always was super honest about disclosing what I was sent. I started doing unboxing videos very early on, like before it became really super trendy and stuff to do unboxings, and before it became like something that everyone did. I just always wanted to be really open and honest to my viewers when I've been sent things, because to me it really doesn't matter if I have been sent something or if I purchased it. I'm always going to give you my 100% honest opinion. If you're not coming from my other channel, just want you guys to know that I do get sent things. So this is actually the first unboxing I've done on this channel of fragrances I have been sent. So everything up to this point has been purchased by me, but I have been sent fragrances in the past, and some actually in my collection I was sent like a long time ago and I still have them. This is from the Michael Kors range, and this is Wanderlust. And there's also a shimmering body oil in here. There is the bottle of Wanderlust from Michael Kors. Like a rose gold type of cover, or is it just gold? It's like a warm gold lid, and then the liquid is kind of a peachy shade. This is the 30 milliliter eau de parfum. So I think this also comes in an eau de toilette concentration. This is the eau de parfum. I've already sprayed it here. It's very sweet and powdery a little bit. So the top notes in here are pink pepper, bergamot, and almond milk, which gives it that slight creaminess. The middle notes are carnation, jasmine, and heliotrope. And then the base notes are cashmere wood, sandalwood, and benzoin. It definitely smells very creamy and sweet. And it does have a little bit of that citrus opening. Like when I spray it, the first sort of top note you get is that citrus from the bergamot. Just a little bit of zestiness, that just is the opening. It does dissipate very quickly, so it's not a citrus based fragrance by any means, but I'm definitely smelling the florals in here, the jasmine and the dianthus, which I'm guessing is a type of carnation from what I can tell. And the base notes with the cashmerean is really coming through, and the almond. So the cashmerean and the almond makes it very creamy, very sweet fragrance. So you have to enjoy sweet fragrances, and I've just posted that video about sweet fragrances that I enjoy. So this would definitely fall under that category. Then I have also the shimmering body oil. Can you see that? That is so neat. Can you see all the little sparkles in there, which is the shimmer? And it does have, oh my God, this is gorgeous. It's like this peach apricot. There you can see the color almost better. It's almost like a gradient, because I guess as the shimmer settles, it gets more dense down here. Oh, that smells really good. So yeah, this smells obviously like the fragrance. I personally feel like shimmering body oils work really good if you have tan skin. And I have very fair skin and I don't like to tan. It is basically just skin damage. So these shimmering oils just don't really show up so well. I feel like they show up better on tanned skin. This just smells really good. So I think if you were to layer that, that would be actually incredible. That was what I was sent by Estee Lauder company. So thank you so much. So the next thing I wanted to show you is actually something I have ordered. This is actually a fragrance that I have wanted back in my collection for a while. And it is a tester. So if you're not familiar with ordering testers, you should totally look into that, because you can get amazing fragrances for a fraction of the full retail price if you just buy the tester version. So can you tell what it is? So the testers often come like this, like they don't come with the proper box, like, you know, they don't come with the proper retail box, and sometimes they actually don't have a lid. So this is Chanel Chance. So testers doesn't mean that it's been used or anything. You know, maybe the department store, they had too many and they sold it off to like a reseller. And sometimes they don't come with the lid. So sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. So unfortunately, this one came without. Testers are just a really good way to save money. So I just looked up the full retail price if I were to buy the Chanel Chance. This is the Eau de Toilette 100 milliliter. So I just looked up the price here in Switzerland at a normal retailer. This costs 154 Swiss francs full price. And I think I paid around, I can't remember. Was it like, I think paid like 75 or something. But yeah, that's about half the price of what I would pay full retail. And the other thing is sometimes about testers, what's cool is on the back, it will have the notes written on, because these are not made to be actually sold. These are made to be used like in department stores and stuff. And so that when the sales associate, maybe there's a client who wants to buy it, they can just quickly turn around and tell them what's in it. So it actually has the notes written on here, which of course makes it very handy for me. This is the Eau de Toilette version, which does have slightly different notes to the Eau de Parfum. And the Eau de Toilette, in my opinion, is a slightly fresher, lighter version of the Eau de Parfum. Lemon, cedra, white musk, pink pepper, iris, jasmine, fresh vetiver, amber, and hyacinth. Ugh, I started wearing this basically soon after it was initially released. I would wear it nonstop. This was, I think for a while, the only perfume I owned, because I wasn't so into perfume back then. I mean, I did have a few, maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 perfumes or something. Then I got a little bit sick of it and I switched over to the Chanel Chance Eau Fraiche, which is a very green citrusy scent. It's like, it still has that Chance DNA, but it's more green and citrus, and it's perfect for summer. And I wore that for a really long time and I actually still have a little tiny bit left. I was kind of wanting to go back to the original. It has this sparkly, almost effervescent quality when you pour champagne into a glass and the bubbles go up. Like you're just about to drink and it's like full to the top, and then you drink and you get a little bit of that effervescence kind of hitting your nose. It kind of just like sparkles against your nose. It's fresh in a way too, and I think that's the vetiver and the sort of the lemon in here. There is also that patchouli base. The thing about Chanel fragrances is they have a very particular DNA, and almost all the Chanel fragrances, you can tell that they're from Chanel. Even the male and the female fragrances will have that very similar DNA to them. And I don't know what the components are, but it is something a lot of very traditional perfume houses do. The core of what represents their brand, and then use that to create different perfumes from it. So they will take some kind of a base, like some notes that are always in their perfume, like a secret concoction, if you will, you know, add different things to it to make different fragrances, but that base is always the same. And I do feel like Chanel is one of those fragrance houses that does that, because they just have that Chanel smell and it makes the brand super recognizable. I feel Chance and Mademoiselle, Coco Mademoiselle, have a lot of similarities. Chance is the lighter, fresher, younger, maybe more outgoing sister to Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. I think that patchouli is something that is in a lot of Chanel fragrances. Chanel Chance, even the Eau de Toilette, it's very long lasting. It's not a beast mode fragrance, but people will smell this on you. I feel like this fragrance is one of the most versatile fragrances, and I think that's why I kept repurchasing it for years and years, is because it goes with literally anything. You can wear this in pretty much any setting. I can't really think of any setting where this would be completely inappropriate. You could wear this to work. You could wear this to a job interview. You could wear this for a casual day. You could even wear this for an elegant night out. I think it's just such a versatile fragrance. It would be great for like making a first impression, on meeting new people. People can smell it, but it's not super offensive and strong. And it has just that elegant Chanel vibe. You smell expensive when you wear this. There's something about this that is just so refined. But what I love about Chance is that it's still youthful and modern. I feel like it's very modern, even though this did come out in 2003, but you know, they have come out with new releases since, you know, for example, Gabrielle, or the number 5 L'Eau, which is actually the number 5 L'Eau is one that I also think is beautiful. But Gabrielle, I wasn't really that impressed with. I felt it was a little bit underwhelming. Also, the Eau Tendre and the Eau Vive, I'm not so impressed with. I feel like they're a little bit too generic. I feel like the Eau de Parfum is really good, the Eau de Toilette is good, and the Eau Fraiche. Okay, and lastly, I wanted to show you, I bought 2 samples on a website called Perfume. People will privately sell bottles and samples on there. So you can just connect with people privately. I went and got 2 samples of 2 fragrances that I'm actually interested in purchasing. One is from the brand Razazi, which is a Middle Eastern brand. They do a lot of very beautiful Oriental and like really heavy Arabic inspired or Middle Eastern inspired fragrances. So it's La Yokawam pour homme. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I buy fragrances that interest me. I don't care if they're labeled for men or for women. This one is marketed to men. This is supposed to be an absolute 1-to-1 clone of Tom Ford Tuscan Leather. Some people have even said that this actually performs better than Tom Ford Tuscan Leather, which is crazy because Tom Ford Tuscan Leather is already a beast mode fragrance. Basically, I watched a bunch of reviews and people were saying like when they finish their bottle of Tuscan Leather from Tom Ford, they'll just buy this because it's basically the exact same thing, same performance for a fraction of the price. So a full bottle of this, you can get it on Notino. I think it was like around $70. I wanted to try this to see how close it is because I have smelled Tuscan Leather and I actually really do enjoy leather fragrances, and I was like, you know what, I have to try this dupe for it. If you know Tuscan Leather, this is basically it. So Tuscan Leather is I think not too difficult to wear a leather fragrance. It's very smooth. This doesn't remind me of a strong, like stinky leather. It's more like a really smooth suede leather jacket type of leather. And it also has a fruity note. There is a raspberry note in here. As a woman who is used to fruity notes in fragrances like raspberry and stuff, the raspberry is not very dominant. So I think maybe for men, they think, oh, this is very fruity because there is a slight raspberry note, but it's not super intense raspberry if you're coming from the perspective of female fragrances. It's nice. Like if you like leather scents, this is a good one to try because it's very wearable. All right, and the other sample that I purchased, this is also a 10 milliliter sample of it. This is from Swiss Arabian and this is Shagaf Oud Abiyad. This is also supposed to be a clone of, or like an inspired fragrance, I guess you would call it, Amouage Interlude Man. I would love to be able to just like go and smell Amouage and all these other brands that where I live, I just don't have access to them. If I lived, you know, in Geneva or in Zurich or in Munich or in Berlin or in London or in New York or whatever, it would be really easy for me to just go and try out all these, you know, niche brands because they're readily available in these big cities. For me, being able to have an option to sample something similar is really good. And I think there is, okay, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent. I feel like there is a little bit of snobbery in perfumery that if you're not buying niche or you're not buying these super expensive like $300 bottles of perfume, then you're just a nobody. I just really hate that kind of snobbery because a lot of people don't want to spend that much money or don't have that much money. Fragrance is something just like a hobby to them, and so they don't want to spend that much money, or they just can't simply afford it. And also a lot of people don't talk about the lack of access there is for some people to be able to smell these scents. Like there is no store anywhere near here that sells Amouage. So for me, I'd have to like buy all these samples, and I will do that now and then, but it's not something I want to do all the time. So if I can get something that's like similar to, or that's like a fraction of the price to something, or, you know, if I can just find a really nice designer fragrance that I can actually go and sniff in a store close to where I live, then I would probably do that. I think there is some snobbery here. I really hate that. I think it's just so it makes it so unapproachable to a lot of people because a lot of people just aren't gonna spend that much money on a fragrance. And I think that's totally fine. So I think it's nice to be able to showcase these other options to you that if you don't want to spend, you know, $300 or something on an Amouage fragrance, well, maybe get this one for, I think this one costs like 40 or 50. So this is supposed to be a dupe to Interlude Man, like I said, from Amouage. So this is supposed to be a really smoky, resinous, oud-based fragrance. So when you spray it, oh my God, the opening is absolutely fantastic. I love these smoky scents in the fall and winter. I love wearing these kind of things. I mean, now for summer, not really, but I just wanted to try these anyway. The opening of this is smoke and like almost an incense vibe because there are quite a few resins in here. So you have this resinous, smoky, but also slightly fresh opening because there is a citrus note in here as well. So you get this kind of smoky, oudy, resinous goodness mixed with this slightly fresh citrus note. I really do enjoy this. If you like leather, oud, smoky, resinous fragrance with just that touch of freshness, I think that's what makes this really good because it does have that citrus. I haven't really done a full day's wear with this. I have with the La Yucca one. That one definitely lasts all day. It's super long lasting and beast mode. And the Swiss Arabian, I think I wore it here on my wrist and after a while I couldn't smell it anymore. So I don't know if that's a good sign. I will have to do a full wearing of it. I think I almost like this one a little bit better than the La Yucca one pour homme. I think it's those citrus notes and it's the resinous part that I really enjoy because it has the leather and it has the oud, but it also has that resinous and slightly citrusy feel to it. La Yucca one, which is that Tuscan leather dupe, that one feels more like a suede leather jacket to me. I feel like the Tuscan leather one is a very European version of an Oriental fragrance versus this one is just like straight up Oriental. Please don't forget to rate this video with a thumbs up. That really helps my channel to grow. Leave your suggestions of what you want to see next on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and please activate those notifications. I know about half of you watching my videos are not subscribed yet, so please, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.